Welcome back to the shop and the channel. Appreciate you watching. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. We're digging into something new today that I hardly have any experience with. It is mechanical and it's carbureted, so I do a lot of carbureted stuff from time to time. We're gonna be playing with an outboard today. Little 45 horse Mariner on this little bass tracker 17-foot tournament. I don't even know what year this boat is. It's a friend of mine. He's been sitting in his garage for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, just like everything carbureted that I work on. It's been sitting for 4 or 5 years, 3 or 4 years, who knows. It's old boat's in good shape. Aluminum. Original seats, not torn. The carpet was replaced once up front. I was told from a hog hunting incident that bled out on the boat from the previous owner. So they changed the carpet because it was nasty. The wood's all in good shape, supposedly. I hadn't really combed over it, but... So, we're going to pull these carburetors off. First I'm going to pull these covers off. Start with that one. Pop that one. Takes the side off. You flip that. Pop the top. It's got side drafts. One there, one there. It is a four-cylinder boat. Got 4 cylinders, 2 carburetors. Here's the starter. I'm not an outboard guy. I mean, I like outboards, but I haven't worked on a whole lot of these, so I will be digging in. Somebody's been playing around in here. These are loose. These are loose. Somebody started fooling with it and decided that it was over their head, I believe. What else do I see? I see a wire disconnected. Looks like a ground or something. What is that? I'm not even sure what that is. Not sure. Looks like I've got to pull this plate back to get access to these carburetors. I'm going to try just pulling the bowls off. I might pull the whole carburetor off, but we're going to try to just, well, not have to probably, because that bottom, I'm not going to be able to get the bowl off that bottom one. All right, well, I'm going to find some tools, dig into this thing. Hopefully we can get the carburetors cleaned up. I'm going to put I think he brought a new fuel line and a bulb. This old fuel line's getting hard, stiff. Bulb's still pliable, so that may not be bad, but it's got a quick connect deal. You can pull the gas tank. Gas tank's in here. Move this stuff so I can have access. Yeah, there's the tank. I believe that's the fuel line. Yeah. Fuel line kit. Yeah, it's got the quick connect on. See how this is nice and pliable. This is stiff. So we're going to replace that deal. Hopefully it's not hard to fish through there. Hopefully these carbs aren't hard to get off. There's an actuator right there. So I'm going to take these two guys off here. And there's a nut spinning in there. Okay. Reach in there with a 13. What's crazy is these things don't even have air filters. I guess you're on the water, you're not in the dust a lot, but I'm not sure what this actuator even does. This is definitely the choke. It's a choke solenoid. Electronic choke. I'm gonna leave that there. Got the fuel line off the filter. It's got this splitter line, this T, it goes to both carburetors. And that's the fuel pump. So we're going to, I'm gonna try to get those bolts out of that carburetor, which look, those nuts, they look fun. Pull the starter out to get to the access to this side of the carburetor bolts. Everything is in a really tight package on this thing. I can get to this one. And I'll be lucky if I can get to that one down there. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Probably going to have to pull this fuel pump off to get to this carburetor's nut on this side. Hopefully when the starter gets out of the way I can get to that one on that side. Not quite as easy as I thought it was going to be yanking the carbs off, but we'll get there. Okay, grounds. Got grounds in between this plate. No big deal. hang the electronics right there. That'll allow me access to that nut, and still can't get to that one. Oh, still can't get to that. I don't know how I'm gonna get to that one. My goodness. My goodness. Oh boy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this fuel pump loose, swing it out of the way so I can get to those bottom carburetor bolts, nuts, whatever. I've got the top carburetor loose. That's why it's important to take care of the, don't run ethanol or run a lot of stabilizer if you're going to run ethanol. If this thing's old, the carburetors were leaking mainly, I think. This is the main problem. Yeah, there we go. That'll allow me access to that side at least. Still don't know how I'm going to get to the other side. I lost my wrench there. The way this stuff's designed, I mean, you can't hardly get anything on it. You can't get a box end on it because the carburetor's in the way. I mean, you just kind of gotta, it's definitely a turning wrenches kind of job. You're gonna be turning some wrenches if you're lucky. This is probably the, well, I don't want to round it. Let me go get a shorty. All right, you can see where I've got my wrench here. I got a little shorty, 11mm in there. I'm able to snake it in and move it a little bit. I'm gonna sit there and work that out. I've got this side loose there. Pulling the carburetors off together. This dog is all up under my feet with her. Okay. You see where the bowl's been leaking right there? And right there. Probably be a good time to replace all this crap. This fuel line's hard as a brick. They're pretty clean looking other than that. I don't know what they're going to look like when I take the bowls off. Zoom, 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 zoom. Took that linkage off the top. It's all tied together. I really don't want to separate that. It's like a simple little spring mechanism though. Like I said, I'm not a boat mechanic. I can figure stuff. I'm pretty good at figuring stuff out, but all right, so I'm gonna pull a couple bowls off, see what the damages look like in here. I'm hoping it's clean. Two strokes usually aren't too bad because of the oil mixture and the fuel, but I don't know if I've ever let one sit as long as this one sat. Kind of sticky. That's clean. It's not stopped up. It shoots right through it. I think he said that these carburetors are leaking fuel. And I bet these bolts, I Bet the bolts have just loosened up some. Maybe these gaskets are a little old, but I think the majority of it's from these hard as a rock freaking fuel lines. Those were probably leaking. Bet it was leaking there. Let's pop this other bowl off, see what she looks like in there. Yeah, see, that's loose. It wasn't even tight. Well, I think we're going to be in good shape on these. I think all we got to do is replace a couple gaskets and some fuel line. We'll be rocking and rolling. I remember how to put it all back together. Yeah, see, clean as a whistle. That one's got a little gasket right there. See how that one's, it seals the bowl. That one's stuck in the bowl. I don't know if these kits have that in there or not. All right. So we've got one of those little gaskets on the bolt, holds the bowl on, and then one right there on the inside on that tower to seal the bowl. And those were just kind of loose. Those bowls were not tight, so that's why it was kind of seeping there a little bit. And I would say we need to replace this stuff here because it's hard as a brick and it's not easy to get this stuff. We probably need to replace these gaskets. So what I will do here is get these bowls out of the way. Bolts to go with them. We're going to take these 4 screws out of each plate here. This is the fuel inlet. I'm going to call it a fuel inlet plate. How about that? Does that sound technical? I fixed that little red 4-wheeler and boy, Caleb hadn't got off of it since it started running 2 days ago. I'm sure you can hear it in the background. My other kid's been riding it too, but big boy is the he loves it. That's how I was when I was his age. Well, actually I didn't get to ride until I was about 12 or 13. I had go-karts at that age. Well, maybe not that age, but I think I got my first go-kart when I was about 10 or 11. Cutting grass. So you guys out there that want little toys like that, 4-wheelers and go-karts, and parents can't get it for you or won't get it for you. I mean, we couldn't afford it when I was a kid. I grew up, my dad died when I was 9. Grew up, you know, with my mom trying to support 3 kids, and so if I wanted something bad enough, in life, I'd earn the money and get it. Get the lawnmower out. We just had a regular old push lawnmower. It wasn't self-propelled or anything. We lived in an old neighborhood, and I would get out and go door to door. If your grass was tall and I wasn't already cutting your grass, I was asking you if you needed your grass cut. If you had pine straw and leaves and stuff built up on your curb, or you looked like you needed weeds pulled or anything like that, I'd pull weeds. I'd clean up sidewalks, edge. I would do all kinds of stuff just to earn some money. And you can earn some money fast doing that in a neighborhood, especially if you're in a neighborhood. And you just to stay on it and find good deals on stuff. But there's deals out there. You just have to be on it. You have to be looking. You know, we were buying stuff at yard sales, or a friend would know somebody that had this or that, and you know, people we went to school with say, "Hey, I got a dirt bike but it doesn't run," or "I got a go-kart and it doesn't run. But you want to sell it?" Yeah, I'd buy them for $75 or $100. I bought a CR80 for $100. It was taken apart in a crate, in a couple crates. Me and a buddy of mine put it together on a Saturday night. And I think I rode that thing for 2 years on about $150 worth of parts and a $100 purchase. So for about 250 bucks, I had a CR80. I never had brakes on that bike, but so anyway, the point of that is if you want something bad enough, you get out and earn the money and grab it. The opportunities are here, man. They're amongst us. So my kids are lucky. They got a dad that still likes to tinker with this stuff. And alright, so we're going to replace those lines. That one's got a little bit of junk in it. We'll clean that up. A little carb cleaner. Blow through these passages. These gaskets, I mean, they actually look good. They do. I just think everything kind of loosened up, kind of rattled loose. Like I said, I think the main leaking was here in these loose bowls. So we're gonna get some fuel line, get that straightened out. Put some new gaskets on it, put it back together. All right, went and got about 4 foot of hose. I'm gonna try to replace, I'm not gonna try, I'm going to replace these pieces and the piece that came off of there. Not a big fan of zip tying fuel lines together. No Bailey. So I got some of these fuel injection clamps. They're fuel on clamps. Hopefully these will work good. Bailey, no ma'am. All right, so I got the new hose pieces on with clamps. I hope that's positioned enough clearance. It should. If not, I'll reposition. I'm gonna clean out these passageways and I don't even think that is a passageway. It's not. The only passageway is through here. This is the fuel inlet. Comes out here and here. That is just a, yeah, that's just a casting hole. It's nothing. It's not even a passage. It was just holding some old fuel in that, and it looked dirty. I didn't know if something went through there or not. Fills this bowl up right here. And it's clean, but we're going to clean them out. We're just going to spray all that out anyway, as we get it open, and we can. Clean our gasket material, or our surface off, so our new gasket material that's going down will be, we know it's good and clean, and there's no nasties hanging out. We'll make sure our needle and seat, I don't want that coming apart. I don't have to fool with that linkage, so we're going to make sure our needle and seat's clean, so our bowls don't fill up with gas. The engine won't run. So what I got to do is I got to pull this pin out, pull the needle and seat out. Good and clear. I had to trim a little bit off that hose because it was too long. That's all right. So I haven't tightened that clamp up yet. I wanted to get all these lined up, make sure I got my lengths right before I tighten it back down again. Getting these bowl gaskets cleaned out. These original ones are, I'm assuming they're original, or they're cork. You see how brittle they are? Just crumbles apart. Replacement ones are rubber. Got one that goes on the nut, the bolt I mean. Kind of nasty, so I'm gonna spray it off. Inside of those bowls are like brand new. That's good. Usually you'll have nasty, crusty stuff just all built up in there, but it's nice and clean. So what we'll do, stick one through. There's 2 gaskets in the new kit. Here we go. Put one on either side. Let's make sure it's still on there. It is, but it was close to coming off. Come on, baby. Cooperate. You don't want to hammer down on it, but you don't want that thing loose either. Nice and snug. Blew compressed air through all my holes and passageways. I've taken this kind of sea foam and squirted all my passageways out. Alright, and that's about it. We did have a stuck needle and seat in this top carburetor. We got that clear. Blew with my mouth first with low pressure with cleaner in there. And let me tell you, that doesn't taste good. It's not what's for dinner. And then used a little compressed air. Actuated the floats up and down to make sure it was getting air through, and then shutting it off. So that should work fine on both carburetors. And I haven't changed any adjustments. I did blow through my passageways. That's our choke adjustment. Should be good to go. Make sure these still look like they're synced. Yeah, baby. All right. Clamps a new line. We're good to go. Just got to put them back on now. If I can do this at night, I need to move this stuff where I can back it in, but I really don't have to move this LS3 tonight. It's dark, but it's not raining. It's supposed to come in. I may just do this with a headlamp and knock it out. we're gonna try to finish this little deal up today. I'm gonna change the fuel line out that goes from here. Quick connects into there over to the fuel tank. Hard as a rock. This one on a snake a little easier. Want the bulb sitting out in the sun myself. It's got flow on the bulb, so the flow goes to the motor. Just gonna put a worm gear hose clamp on it. Alright, I'm going to have to do the same thing with this one. I'm not leaving this stiff piece of crap on here. Put this clamp on the dummy. Toes down a little bit. Relieve the pressure. It's hard as a rock, so it doesn't want to slide. It's not pliable anymore. It doesn't want to slide past the barb. So I just want to try to make a slit in it. A little higher. Be careful not to cut yourself doing stuff like this. Don't get in any hurry, just make little cuts. A little more. There we go. I'm gonna pop that off of there. Take that in the shop, cut me a new piece to that length. Yeah, it's a little different than the other one. There we go, that one popped right off. All right. Okay, I got some 3/8. That fits better. Tighten that down. Bailey. Digging this worm clamp. Might work okay. Yeah, it'll be fine. Come on, Bailey. Come on. Stupid dogs. Stupid dogs. Slide my earmuffs on. All right, so I got the batteries charged. I got the water hooked up, but we have nothing. When I hit the key, we have nothing. We don't have anything on the volt gauge up there. I'm gonna clean the connections at the battery. I have a bad feeling this is going to be a boat rewire project, and I don't know if I have time to deal with that. So we're just supposed to be fixing a fuel leak. It's all right. We'll try to get this thing straightened out. Hopefully we just got some bad connections, because it's not hitting on nothing. Clean the connections. Let's see if it'll do anything. Hey, we got something. Hey. Oh, good. It's just some bad connections. All right. Let me turn some water on. We'll see if we can't get this thing crank. I'd say that's plenty of water. Let's try to get my power cord away from the water. I got a battery charger going over there. We can get it to prime. Come on, prime up. fuel leak. That's coming. Well, it runs. My bottom bowl is leaking a little bit, and that's the hardest one to get to, so I'm gonna see if I can't snake a wrench down in there and get a hold of it. She sure is rich. Boy, it's got a lot of oil mixing in with it. Let's see if it fires back up. That's not bad. Let's try it again. First hit, bam, right back on. I get that little gas leak stopped. Cut the water off for me, Caleb. Flooding my yard out here. My feet are wet. Should have wore some boots. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can't fix this fuel leak real quick. I was able to sneak my little 11mm down in there and tighten that bowl up. I just didn't have it quite snug enough, and it stopped dripping. Whew, I thought I was gonna have to pull all that back apart to get to that bowl. That would have sucked. So it's, man, sorry, that sun's blowing out. Let's walk in the shop. That thing is purring like a kitten. Fires up at the touch of a switch. I've been having quite the battle with carbureted engines here lately, if you've been following my channel. Luckily something's finally gone right. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Of course we don't have it in the lake, we're not running, but man, she fires right up, boom, just right off the rip. Just touch the key and it just instantly fires. So I like that. Oh, I like that. So it's gonna wrap up this one on this little outboard project on this little Bass Tracker 17. Hopefully we'll be putting this thing in the water here soon. May check out some village pumps and make sure the blower's working and all that stuff. So you know, the gas tank's down in the hole, so you got to have a blower that blows the vapors out. Even though the engine's on the outside, it still has a blower, I believe. So anyway, we're gonna wrap this one up. Appreciate you watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you would. Catch you next time. Peace.